Hello and welcome to your Otis introduction video of how to set up your client portal with First Nations Community Financial. In this video, you'll learn how to set up your portal and some key tips about getting in and resetting your password. So the first step that will happen is that you will get sent an email. It's going to be from don'treply@vistashare.com. And it's going to say invitation to the client portal for First Nations Community Financial is the subject. So be sure to save the don't reply at vistashare.com in your address book so that this email doesn't accidentally get sent to the trash. It doesn't usually, but sometimes some email servers do identify it as spam. So just saving that before you even get started is a good idea. Once that email comes in, you'll click to open it. And you'll see there's a link here that will take you through the portal setup process. You can either click this link or you can highlight it and copy and paste it and put it into your address bar of your email or of your web browser, sorry. So I'm just going to open this. And it's a fairly step-by-step process here. You'll set up your username, you set up a password, and then you'll ensure that your email address is correct. So your username, you'll see, will automatically populate with your email address. This is what we suggest you use. Just keep it as your email, but if there's a different username you'd like to use, that's fine as well. Your password has to be at least 8 characters long, and it must include at least 1 uppercase character, 1 lowercase character, and 1 number. And so just be sure that you include all of those, and then of course be sure to record your password somewhere so that you know what it is when you come to log into your portal again. You'll enter your password first, and then you'll verify it by entering it again. The final step is to check and make sure that this email is correct. This is the email that will have any password resets or any username requests will be sent to this email address. So just be sure that that is correct for you so that if you do need to get your password reset, you'll be able to access that. So I'm just going to go through here and enter some information. As I was saying, password. Oh, sorry about that. I used the same username several times, so that makes it so that I can't use that one over and over again. All right, so once you do that, you click Create User Profile. It may or may not come up with this CAPTCHA system. It's really just intended to make sure that you're not a computer robot trying to get into the portal system. It's just a security measure. So all you need to do is read through the instructions and click the boxes that pertain to that instruction. So here it's saying all squares with street signs. So I'll go through here and select the squares with street signs. Again, select them. After doing that, it will bring up the terms of use. So be sure to read through these. These are just about, using the portal and securities and privacy policies, those sorts of things. You will see that there's a couple terms in here that may not be familiar to you. The one is Outcome Tracker, which is the software that Otis is built on. So it's just the software, and then VistaShare is the company that actually built and owns Outcome Tracker. And so it's kind of a complicated relationship, but just so that you know what the entities are. VistaShare owns Outcome Tracker, and then Otis has been built on this Outcome Tracker software. So that's why you're seeing the terms of use coming from VistaShare and Outcome Tracker. Not held liable to anything here. It's just them letting you know how the portals work and the sort of terms of agreement there. So after you read through those, just hit agree. You only have to do that once when you first log into your portal. So just be aware of that. Once you're in your portal, there's a couple things about navigating through. The first is that you'll always see this My Info section on the left side. Be sure that this is always up to date. If your address changes or phone number, email, those sorts of things change, all you have to do is hit this update button, and it'll bring up a little form for you to change any of that information. You can't change your first and last name here, but you can change everything else. So if those change, you'll need to reach out to a First Nations Community Financial staff member, and they will change it on their side of the system. A couple other things here at the top right, you have some other tools. So the first is you'll see this little email icon, and then right now it's a gray box that has a 0 in it. But every now and then you'll see that it will turn red and have 1 or 2 or 3 and so on in there. What this is, it's a messaging system. It's fairly simple. You can't actually message back from it, but if First Nations Community Financial needs to communicate something to you, they can message you here. And if you have a message, you can click the box and it'll open up the message here. And here you can just see a test message that's popped up there. So that's always an option for them to contact you. They'll likely email you and such as well, but just if you see that, that's what that means. Next, you'll see this will actually be your name, or your username will show up here, just like this is my test username. If you click that link, this is where you can actually reset your password. So you have to have your current password, but then you can enter new passwords here. And then you can also, again, update the email address where you get password resets and user requests from. All right, so that's the general gist here. There is a second video that talks about how to actually go through and fill out forms and upload documents and all of that to your portal. The last piece of this video is actually going to log out. And I'd like to just walk you through the password reset and username process. So if you don't remember any of your login information, you're able to go to this forgot your username or password. Another thing to note is that once you log out, this URL up here in your address bar is where you will be going to every time you need to log into your account, which will take you to this login page where you'll enter your username and password that you just created. So I would suggest either writing this down, bookmark it, favorite it, whatever that looks like for you. Make sure to keep this link somewhere so that you're able to get into your portal easily. Now to move on to the password and username, you just click this link if you've forgotten either one of those or both. And then again, this is why that email is so important when you set up your account, because what you do is you enter the email address that is on your account. And then you say, you've got the two options down here. One is email username. So you'll just get an email that has your username in it. The other option is that you can request a password change. So they won't send you your password, but they will send you a password reset process. So either one of those are going to come from the don't reply at share.com, and it's sent to the email address that you specify. And you can do both of these as well. You can go back to the main page of your portal. If you forgot both your username and your password, you can do both of those things. And so that's how it's really, fairly simple process to have those sent to you and reset your password. And that should get you, into the portal for the first time, and then for, consecutive times after that. So you'll get another video here that will walk you through how to actually access forms and upload documents. And good luck getting into your portal.